Warning. You are now tuned.
All right, hey everybody that's tuning in. Welcome to Open Bar Discussion. I'm your host, Natalia. And sorry about that, a little delay if I end up letting y'all know when I was supposed to tune in, but we was trying to get some things figured out. So we live on the air. Live in action.
We are live in action. How are
And it's
you
been
doing
a
today,
minute.
beautiful? Yeah, I know we had to take a break last week. We had to
Been a
take a
minute.
break last week. Everybody needs a break sometime, right? So, that was a break that we took last week. Or
Yes.
was it the week before last? No, it was last
It
week,
was
right?
last week. It was last week. We had to take a break.
Last week.
Yup.
So what's been going on with you since last week?
Man, oh, last week I just got myself into some things and got myself out some things. That's what happened last week. But last week I partied. I went to a block party.
A block party.
It was anything but a cup block party.
Anything but a cup.
Yeah,
so
it was
that means
fun
people
too.
was drinking out of some strange things.
Some strange things. I was one of the person. So I had one of, like the barbecue ketchup mustard dispenser thing. Yeah, I filled it up with alcohol. And then so they had a lot of things going on. They had the DJ, they blocked the road off. They had people entertaining that was supposed to have been rapping and singing that came, but also they had this one performer. I put it on Facebook. He was doing the drums, but it wasn't on drums. It was on pots and pans. You probably seen this cat. He always be downtown.
I mean, there's a lot.
at
I've
the
seen
Eastern
that
Market.
before. I've seen that before for years. People downtown banging on pots and pans like they
So
have
he
a
was
little
there.
makeshift drum set. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
ballroom and everybody was
got
having
one
a
for
good
their
time.
foot and everything. Got the little tops for the cymbals, and I've seen people like that before. I probably seen the guy you're talking about downtown. Quite sure I have.
Yeah, it does. It was a good nice setup too. It's real fun. So hopefully they'll do another one before the summer is over. Other than that, how you been?
Busy as usual. You know what I mean? Managing and maintaining and engineering all of these shows, all of the family, just staying busy, keeping y'all on the air and training people. You know what I mean? We got a lot of things going on for this summer that's coming up, and just gearing up and planning for those things. Just just keeping everything in order, staying busy, and adding to the team as well. You know what I mean? We got a couple of new
Got
shows.
some more people?
Yep, a couple of new shows that just joined. So, we still got a few more time slots to fill up before we all the way done and, got a full schedule. And then, we're going to go ahead and, do the damn thing. Well, we already doing the damn thing. I'm already training a lot of y'all and, putting the people on the next level of this whole media thing beyond just podcasting. You know what I mean? Like I always tell people, like this platform is, it's the podcasting is the fun part. It's the, the thing that everybody likes to do, everybody wants to do. But if you're really into this media thing,
Yes.
the podcast is just the tip of the iceberg. If you really want to make it something that you're gonna, do like career wise, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I just try to instill and install as much of the information that I've had and my experience into you all and the podcast crew, so we can all grow together.
Well, that's good. Thank you. Thank you for helping us out.
Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate y'all for supporting and understanding the vision.
To have a podcast, it takes a lot of patience, and everybody, like new beginners, newbies. Well, for us, it's live. Some people do pre-recording, but to do it live is a whole different vibe. So I'll let y'all know, but it's fun. It's fun. Especially if you got my show, because I don't really care. You mess up, I mess up. It's open
Well,
bar
nobody's
discussion.
and that's the thing about
It makes it.
I've always
genuine.
done it live, right? And to my experience, it's pros and cons to it, right? When you do it live, you get more of a attachment. Your audience, you give your audience more of an opportunity to engage and attach to you. You know what I mean? The pre-recorded is the pro in that is you get a more polished product. You know what I mean? You get to edit out all of the mistakes. You get to make it look as clean and professional, and all of the pretty effects and all of that stuff. But you can't do that live. But the thing about doing it live is if you can still get the effect with a live stream and the engagement with a live stream as you can with a pre-recorded, pretty produced one, then you're really good at what you do. You see what I'm saying? So and that's the thing, you know, that's the reason why I kind of train people the way I do as far as live broadcasting as opposed to pre-recorded. Because once you get live, once you do it live, you can do it pre-recorded, no problem.
Yeah, you do
but
it.
you can do it pre-recorded all day and be as good, make a good pre-recorded product, but you're not good enough to do it live.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's
So
good
that's
to
why I
have that
train you on a
balance.
live. You know, that's why I train more so on the live side because it's making you sharp on both of them. You can definitely do a pre-recorded podcast if you get good at doing them live.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
And that's the reason why, again, you know, like I said, it's a lot more that goes into the podcasting than just getting in front of a mic and talking. Like if you want to get deeper into it, you can actually edit your own material. You know what I mean? You can actually write your own blogs and all of that. So, you know, learning how to create your own pre-recorded material. So
right.
that's a lot of the training that I'm instilling into people.
Okay. So, all right, let's jump into the topic.
Let's jump into the topic. What
Let's
is the
jump
topic?
into the topic.
Miss
Y'all, if
Lady?
I sound a little I'm tired.
Are you tired?
Yes.
You had a busy day?
We've been running for the past two days, and my sleep time is off. I don't like fall asleep till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Got to get up at 6, 3 hours later. So yeah, I'm tired. So yeah, that's how my week and my day been running.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a life
Outside
you know,
of this,
you tend to have, well, period. You know, when you actually have a life to tend to, you tend to, you know, have things to do during the day. So
yeah. So today's topic, guys, realistic and unrealistic expectations. So the reason why I came up with this topic because it's not just based on relationships, it's just in general overall with people placing realistic and unrealistic expectations on ourselves and on our person. What I mean by person, the person we're in a relationship or the people we care about in our circle. So I've been going through a lot of that. A lot of people has too that I've noticed. So it's something that I want to talk about. Also, before we get into this, you can inbox me. You can do it anonymously. If you also have a topic that you want to discuss and you want to give me a topic to discuss, you can let me know as well. We could do that coming from next week on. And so, yeah, realistic and unrealistic expectations. I really got this topic because I kept seeing the whole Lori Harvey situation. And I know everybody got their opinion about it. Everybody done talked about it, chimed in on it, and blah, blah, blah. And the thing about it is that why she's going so viral is because I get it. I get both sides. I get where everybody come from. She's this young, thriving female. And in her youth of 25, she's 25 years old. And that's around the time a lot of people put their expectations on reality, what they want their future to be like. By 25, I should have my person I should be with. We should grow together, basically about ready to settle down. We looking at marriage. We having children. Blah blah blah. That's to me that's the unrealistic part.
that's part of the problem. I mean,
That's the unrealistic part. Let's just jump into it. That's very unrealistic because I'm about to put my little Kevin Samuels little spin on it too.
Everybody different, man. You can't, you know, for stuff like marriage or anything for that matter. I mean, you can't place what your standard of what this thing is and say that this is how it should be for everybody.
And everybody have relationship goals, and they always aiming it for celebrities to be the goal. Celebrities are human people.
That not only are they human, but you are judging them based off of your reality versus theirs.
Right.
Like, in your reality is not theirs. So you say, oh, she's wrong for doing this. She has a whole completely different
outlook.
Different taxes. She's in a different tax bracket. Not to just pinpoint that one first, like the money is the major issue, but I mean, she is in a different circle of people. She is in a different. You know what I mean? So and that goes for celebrities too, like Future. You know what I mean? They live a completely different lifestyle than everyday people who work jobs, going to day. Every day going to work, coming home, taking care of the kids.
Right.
And the reason why that matters is because they have a different level of freedom. They have a different level of responsibility than the normal person. And that's not to say that they have less responsibilities, but they have more freedom. You know what I mean? They're financially well off,
because they financially stable. They can do more.
So you can't place the standards and the terms and conditions of their life
or
reflect them against yours, because it's not going to work. And that's a lot of people's problems when they look at reality TV or they look at celebrity entertainers' lives, and try to pattern their lives after that when they don't have the means to do so, or when they see the things that's going on in the celebrities' lives and they try to mimic that, and it's like you can't. Either way, it don't work.
Right.
You're not them.
I mean, like I said, that's just within exactly, and that's where I was pointing that out because I just see so many. I see people talk about something. Oh, y'all so worried about what about the women? Y'all talking about something. Oh, cause she young, let her live her life. But if the guy that you're seeing dating is thinking the same way she thinking, is he wasted my time. Okay, now I see that too. Now I stated what I comment on was this. My comment on that fact is that I get what men coming from that part, but a lot of times men are not honest. Y'all don't be upfront with stating what y'all want. Now reasonable expectation is by when we first meet. Let's communicate. Let's say this is what we both expect out of one another together. We both both expect honesty, loyalty, and love, care, support. That's reasonable expectations. Now, sometimes men go under, they just go follow through the relationship, not saying what they really looking for or make this woman believe that this is what they want. So this is when she finally like, okay, listen, this is what I want to do. Let's settle down. Let's have kids. Let's get married. And you get cold feet.
People get attached to the superficial shit that they like about it, the stuff that don't matter.
It's a thought. It's all of
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That is that they get attached to the things that they like about it, but then within that they get fixated on the idea of what this person is to them. Like, okay, I know the type of woman that I want, and it's just the idea of you being that I'm attached to. Like, I don't even get to know you enough to know if that's you.
And it goes vice versa, though. That's for women and men. Women do it, men do it too. So that's why I was saying, like, can we stop? Can we normalize that? And can we stop saying, like, oh, putting the more, I want to say the more on a man's shoulder, like the world on his shoulder more than the woman. Like putting that man down because he did not live up to her expectations and because he wasted your time. Let's stop doing it, and let's stop doing it for
the problem
women
is
too.
You had expectations in the first place. You had you it's like the seed for disappointment when you expect something. You know what I mean? You because you're gonna, it's inadvertently, I ain't gonna say inadvertently, but 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get let down when you put an expectation on somebody. You expect somebody, you expect you yourself out of them, or you expect them to be what you want them to be in your head, especially when you haven't communicated to them, this is what I want, this is what I need in a person, this is what I want in this situation. You just expect them to be a mind reader and just automatically be that without even, people are mind readers. We're in relationships, and part of a relationship is communicating and comprehending and all of that. And a lot of people don't do that. They just expect, okay, we all have the same standards of what a relationship is. You know what you're supposed to be for me, and let's just be that. Like, that's not, you got to communicate. Because people are different. You don't know what this person.
Communication goes a long way, but you can communicate all day. But can you understand?
Yeah, comprehension. That's what I said. Communicating and comprehension is.
It goes hand in hand together. Then loyalty, because love is gonna come. It's gonna come automatically. I don't put expectation on somebody to love me as much as I love them, because everybody's way of loving is different. Everybody's way of brought up was different, and people, like I said, have morals, different morals. And you placing these morals because these are your expectations. You expect this person to do this or be this way towards you because that's how you are. They're not going to be like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, let's just make this, let's normalize it. It takes a lot of time to get to know
a person and how they, and saying that people feel like they know people before they really get to know them. They think that I know you because I've spent time with you and I know the type of things that you talk about, or I know a couple of things that you like to eat. I know how you, but you don't know that person for real. You don't know how that person operates when they upset. You don't know how they operate when they're broke. You don't know how they operate when they, when they're happy and they don't need anything. When they're sad, you got to experience these people in all these different climates to get to know the person and how and where you would fit in their life, or if you even fit. I mean, because you never know.
Yeah.
You can like all of these things about a person.
How much
but,
you can put up with.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that. You know what I mean? You can like everything or all of these things about a person, but once you experience somebody in a way where you see something that you don't like about them, because it's going to come out. Everybody ain't perfect. You're not going to like everything about everybody.
And
it's
I
just
see
about
that a
how
lot,
much
too.
you can tolerate, how long you can tolerate the things that you don't like.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be, that's, you know, when you can't no more than the relationship ends. So you got to be mindful of that. Don't give people a pass on the things that you don't like because you're so fixated and attached to the things that you do like.
Don't accept it and don't get comfortable with it. Address the issue, talk to that person, and you never know what their response is or what it is that brought them into that situation, why they feel the way they feel, or why they react to certain thing on an impulse. And you know, a lot of times we don't do that. We see something we don't like, and we go ahead to our person or whatever, our friend or whatever, and we bash them. I don't like this about you. I don't like that. But you never sat down with that person face to face and asked them, I've noticed certain things about you that I don't like.
Or you wait till
what? You wait till what?
I'm about to say you wait to the point where it's just like you boiling over with it. Now you don't address the problem when it's really
it has to be addressed right then and there.
Right. Don't wait and just brush it over, because now when it snowballs, it's going to snowball into a bigger problem of being, oh well, I've been like this all this time. You've never said nothing, so why is it a problem?
And now you got a laundry list of bullshit that you want to throw at them. Where was this before? I thought you was okay with this. I thought you were fine with me doing this and being this way. Now, if you point these things out right then and there in the beginning, but you know, that's another thing. When you do that, they be like, oh, this person's very judgmental.
Right. You know, so but see, again, it's all about the how you communicate and how they comprehend. You know what I mean? If you have someone who takes it as you're attacking them, when you're just expounding on things that you may not like about them or might not like that they do or say, if they feel attacked by that, especially if you're saying it in a way where it's not disrespectful, when you say it in a way where it's not, you know, demeaning, you know, where it's not insulting, where you're not spiteful, where you're not coming off bitter. So if you can't take these type of things coming from somebody who you know has love for you, then that means the problem is really you, and you're comfortable where you at, and you don't want to change. You don't want to grow. You don't want to evolve. It's not about changing necessarily, because that word change is like, you know, especially when you talk about someone else being involved in your change, it's like, oh, you letting somebody else change you. No, but you should want to evolve.
You should want to be
better.
evolved.
And if this is your person, if this is the person that you want, or that you know feel like it's your person, then you should want to grow with them. You should want to, and if it's true to your person, the thing that they want you to grow in would be positive. It won't be something that takes away from you. You know what I mean?
And that falls in the unrealistic expectation category, because like we said, it's going to take time to want your partner to change and change their values and their ways. You can't realistically expect that. So that is going to be one of the values of unrealistic expectations.
Whether they want to change for
you,
or
themselves.
If they want to change for themselves, they have to want to do it.
And that's a battle.
You can make somebody change and turn them into what you want them to be. If they don't see it, they don't understand it, they don't want to be it, it's not going to happen.
Yep. And that is exactly what it is. So, and that's just go to say, like, the question I want to ask, what is too young and what is too old when it comes to marriage? That's the question.
Is there? I don't know if there is a too old.
I don't think there's an age limit anymore. I don't know if there's a
too old, but I will say I think there's a too young. I do believe there's a too young. Some people get married way too young because they're not old enough. They're not mature enough in the mind to understand the depths of what they're actually getting into. Some of these people, like one of the people that just started the podcast, I believe it is on Tuesday morning. She was talking about how she got married when she was 17 or 18 or something like that.
That's very too young.
The worst decision of her life, she said. I mean, it wasn't like it hurt her physically or nothing, but it was just like being that young and making that kind of adult decision. Like, that's like a damn near permanent decision that you're making. Marriage for life, that's supposed to be permanent. And yeah, you shouldn't be able to.
She never got the experience to go out to see what she do like or what she don't like.
More so in lust, or in her case, it was more so control because she was married to somebody. She was 17. This dude, I believe, was 26. You You see what I'm
Big
saying?
jump.
So yeah, so it was like, she said, yeah, it wasn't the best situation for her
And
at
that's
that time.
in a lot of marriages today, a lot of couples who are married now today, married in when they were young. And that's why you get wives and husbands out here cheating now. They step out on their mate. They have open relationships because they know they jumped the gun too soon. And I feel like when you do that, I think you're being selfish because you saw the opportunity, you saw your idea of your person right then and there, and you took it upon yourself to grasp a hold of one another, and you were being selfish because you didn't take the time to say, well, what if later on, because people change as we change every day in our life as we grow, because it's growth. You never thought right then and there that the love may not be the same 10 years on down the later on down the line, or this person might switch up. You never thought. So you jumped in and you took that person out the game and and they took you out the game. And then while y'all been married and you see all of the issues, you're going to go through problems. Nothing is going to be easy. Relationships are not easy. You're going to go through the trauma and everything. It's just how strong are you together as a foundation?
And I was about to make sure
going
it's
through
with
it.
somebody that's worth it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just anybody that you just, like a fling type
Yeah.
shit. Like, make sure that it's somebody that you actually value having in your
Have
life,
your
that you actually
values.
care about, and, that you want at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Make sure it's somebody that you want in your life.
And
that
it's
you're making that
okay.
sacrifice
It's okay to meet somebody here, and then you realize, okay, you are nice, you are good, I like you, you this, you that. But let me just go ahead and see what else out there. So you're gonna move on up the ladder, and I can come back to you. So that's when you keep that person in the friend. Like, let's just be friends. If you're not available by the time I'm ready to come back, fine. That's your decision. But I don't want to hold you still and hold on to you when I know you could be a blessing for somebody else later on down the line. So let me just move on. Like I said, this girl 25, she said it's not the time for her. She want to live and have fun. That's her opinion. That's her choice.
So what was the thing about that? Now, did he actually propose to her and she turned it down, or was he just trying to initiate a more long-term, a more exclusive relationship? Because they just said that he was interested in a more long-term relationship and she wasn't.
That's what it was. She
all
didn't
that I
propose.
heard.
He didn't propose
So
to her.
yeah, so now again, like,
And that's just
people
gonna
need
say-
to cut it out. Stop
Yeah.
it, man. Like it wasn't, even if he had proposed and she said no. What is it? Automatically, she's supposed to say yes if he proposed just because she's young?
Because she got a ring. And a lot of women, there are women out there, and that's when they go to the yes man.
Yes, man.
The yes man and the
yes
yes
women,
woman.
yeah.
That thing right there, that I gotta comment on that. But like I was saying,
some people-
wait, let me get to it. Like
Go
I
ahead.
said, because a lot of women kept saying, like, girl, you stupid, you dumb, you better go ahead and jump on it. No, she's smart. Because what if she did take charge and jump on it? And then realize by the time, first of all, how old is he? 35?
Something like that.
So he lived his life when he was 25, in his 20s. He had fun and did everything he wanted to. Now he's 35.
He ready to settle down and he's trying to
right,
take
he
her
ready
out
to set and take her in her adolescence,
in her
her young, in her
prime, per
prime
se.
time, and say, "Ooh, let me hold her down." Nah, she don't want to be held down. Obviously, she wants to live and have a good time because in her idea of mind, for her to settle down, it's going to be maybe in her 30s. Who knows? But then I see people say,
Just
"What if
like
she
him.
missed her opportunity?" Okay, I doubt
doubt
it. She don't
She
know
didn't have
that.
opportunity. She didn't did P Diddy,
done
Diddy
met.
Jr., Future.
Future wasn't
Like,
an
come on,
option,
man.
honestly. Future was exactly on the same page she was on, and
Yeah, I mean, well, shit,
that
they
was the
perfect for
ideal
each other
couple.
and shit. They
Yeah,
perfect for each other.
that was the ideal
As far as
couple.
the way they move and the way they operate, but again, because of the way they move and they operate, they probably wouldn't have lasted long. That's why they did. So.
And that's how I feel. And that's just go back to what we were saying. And you had a comment about when I said how women feel like, yes, she a yes woman, a yes man, or yes woman.
What
were you
was I
about to
about to
say?
say? I can't remember. What was I about to say?
Pick me's. It's really what they are called.
Mm-hmm.
Pick me. You have pick me men. You have pick me women, too.
Damn, it's right on the
And
tip of my head. I can't
there's
keep
nothing
talking.
wrong with being a pick me, but at the same time, you got to look at it like this. I feel like pick me's came about. The women, the generation now that we call them pick me's, the whole I do for my man, I'll satisfy my man, I pay for the bill, I do all of this, blah blah blah. I'm stepping out the norm of what a average woman would do and take the chance to step up the plate and fulfill the shoes to be more than just the woman in my relationship for my man. I'm gonna do everything to please my man. But what people don't understand, pick me's been around for years. Pick me's was that in the past. What is that? That's your...
People texting me during the damn show.
Pick me's been around in the past because that was the average expectation, realistic expectation of a housewife, of wives back then and a long time ago. That's what she was supposed to do. Then you got when it came to them to be modern day women, because now they start putting their feet down and become more independent within their roles. So now the pick me, the realistic as a woman or a wife has went out the window.
Oh,
now they're
being
being labeled pick me.
I remember what I was about to say.
What were you about to say?
Because
I wanted to say
some men and women feel like when they get in a relationship, that's the summit in life. That's the climax. Like they don't need to do anything more after that. So
no, you don't get comfortable. Don't never get comfortable.
And it's more than just getting comfortable. It's just almost like
Content.
losing yourself. Content. Like you feel like that's the end. That's the end goal. And then it's like, okay, some people are so content with themselves and where they are. It's like having a partner is confirmation to them that they're good enough where they are and they don't need anything else. Because now what they'll do is when they get this person out, they'll stop growing in every kind of way. They stop growing mentally. They stop putting effort into themselves, right? And now it's like, okay, well, this is the way I was when you got me. Why is it a problem now that I'm still like this 5 years later and I'm
going to continue to use
as a crutch.
Right. Use how I got you as a way to keep you, and this is what you loved in the beginning. This is how I got you. This is what we stand in. No. You got to get out of that mindset too. Because after a while it gets boring. You want to lighten the relationship. You want to make things fun in a relationship. So that's just my spin on that.
I think that's the problem with the reason why a lot of relationships fail. I'm no relationship expert.
Me neither.
Right? I'm no, I haven't been in a relationship for a minute, but I feel like relationships have become more work, than it is fun. And I know that it is work, and it's not going to always be fun. But the emphasis now is put on, everybody's just conversations on. Who brings what to the table, i.e., what am I getting out of you and what are you getting out of me?
Everybody look at pocket watching.
Yeah, it's like, yep, and that's part of it, you know what I mean? And even if they're not doing it directly, they're doing it indirectly with certain things, you know what I mean? So that's part of the reason why I feel like relationships don't last nowadays, because people get into them for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
Make a long story short. And they get attached to people for the wrong reasons. And, then they try to base the core principles of their relationship pattern after what they see in entertainment and social media and reality TV and shit like that. And it's like, that's not your life. Those are not the terms and conditions of your look real. Like and it's fooling, and it fools a lot of people. And that's why, media, TV, all of this shit, social media, I feel like it dumbs a lot of people. It's dumbing a lot of people down.
Yeah.
It could be a tool for education and to sharp people up and sharing all kind of information that we didn't have years ago. But at the same time, it is making people stupid.
We're gonna get off of the relationship part of the realistic expectation. Mm-hmm. Let's jump into it when partnership as friends, your friends, placing realistic expectation on a friend or a loved one in your family. Mm-hmm. And people do that a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what causes a lot of drama within your friendship and family, because you expect, because I'm your cousin, I'm your sister, I'm your best friend, I'm your homegirl, I'm supposed to do this and that and do that in the 9 years, or I'm supposed to feel a certain way because you feel this way. Me being a friend to any of my friends, and they come to me about something, yes, I'm going to be a shoulder and ear for them. I'm going to be that friend. I'm the friend you can expect at the hard times more than you can expect for a turn up. Okay? That's me. I come through for a turn up too. I have a good time. Mm-hmm. But really, if you was down or you really needed me for everything, I'm the friend that you would call on. But a lot of times people expect, because I'm that friend, I got to drop everything, drop, roll, and just go and run to your safety.
That's why you have to be careful on how good you are to people, how much you help people in certain instances, because now you could depreciate your resources. Mm-hmm. Because you have so many, especially like me, I deal with a lot of people. You know what I mean? I have people that come to me, call me about different things and everything. Sometimes I get drained. I don't feel like talking.
It's draining.
And even if it's time, whether it's money, whether it's physical ability, like working to helping somebody do something, you got to be careful on how much you invest into somebody else, because now when you get to the point where you don't have that anymore, it's not even because you don't want to do it no more.
Right.
It's because I can't. I don't have it. I'm tired. I don't have the money. I'm tired. I can't. I don't feel like talking. I got a headache. You know what I mean? I don't have it right now.
Right. And then
Now
when
I'm
you
the
tell
bad.
them,
Now you're the bad guy. Now you're the
Yeah.
wrong. It's not the 100 times that you told them yes. It's the one time that you told them no.
and they don't think about how many times you've been there for them from the past to the present. They don't think about that. And that's when I say people be selfish intentionally and unintentionally, because they feel like you're their last
And then they
hope.
turn around and guilt trip
and
you.
guilt trip you and make
try
you
to
feel
use-
bad.
And that made
You
me feel
can't
like,
guilt
you know what?
trip me.
That made me feel like, you know what? That what makes me not only selective about who I help, but who I receive help from.
Yeah.
Because
And,
sometimes people that help you just for the sake of being able to throw a receipt up in your face and say, well, you wouldn't have
And
did
we
this
talked
if
about
it wasn't
this
for me.
last time.
You wouldn't have did this you wouldn't have had this if it wasn't for me. So that's the reason why I don't even really like to receive help from everybody. You know what I mean? I post stats about needing help with this and this and that. And I know that sometimes it's a lot of people, you know, over 50% of the people will reach out to me when they see that I'm in need of help, and they just cloak wanting to help me and really
want to help themselves.
Yeah.
It's just to help themselves.
Yeah.
And people do that too. And that's why I say, like, when anybody have insights or whatever towards me about anything that I wasn't able to, they expect me to help them for it, but I couldn't help them. You can't have insights and be mad about that one little incident, because if that's the case, then you need to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out what is going on with you to make you more better, and not place expectations on people too much, or to help you to get through the little trials and tribulations that you got going on easier, and make the ride easier for yourself. Because like I said, you cannot guilt trip a person like me. I'm too blessed. I'm always going to be blessed, and I'm never coming back to you with my hands out expecting for my blessings in return, because my blessings are only going to come from God. It's going to come from the Most High at all times.
That's why I don't. Cause
It may not come from you, the person I help, but it's going to come from God, and God's going to direct me to the right person to get it from. And that's what people got to look at life in general. And that's my opinion. I'm not an expert on it, but I've learned from my experience and what I see on a daily basis. And that's why I tapped in and wanted to talk about it, because I see it every day.
I go through
like my
it a
girl
lot.
Keisha keeps saying, like, well, she say, let's normalize kind people, and let's normalize them being generosity. Let's normalize generosity. Let's do that. Let's normalize kind people when you see them. Let's normalize that. And stop thinking because a person is kind to you, they're weak. They're not weak. Stop thinking you can take advantage of someone because they're nice and they're kind to you. Maybe you need that type of kindness and you need that person around because you don't got that type of love and that care on a daily basis. And maybe because you don't do it enough for yourself. It starts with yourself. Love yourself, and peace starts within yourself. Stop seeking peace anywhere around you and stop looking for love in all the wrong places. It starts with you, because if you cannot figure out or get that type of love and build that within yourself, or how you expect for the next person to treat you any better. And then when you get a person who is kind, that's just who they are. It's in their nature. It's not in their nature to be mean. You grasp uphold to them. And it's just like, oh, this my person. I'm going to take this person. They so nice. They're going to give me everything. They're going to do whatever. They're going to do this and that, this and that. And then when they finally see, and they are to a certain extent, because that's just who they are. But when they finally see, like, okay, this energy is not reciprocated, I don't think I want to continue to deal with this or put my energy into this anymore. And when they push themselves back, it's, oh, you being fake. Oh, you being mean. No, I gave you as much energy to give you that energy so you could take with you and see that there are people out here that are kind and do things out of the goodness of their heart just because, without expectations. And y'all have to really take that for accountable. If I say no, it's no. Don't get mad. Don't try to throw shade. Don't try to be petty because all you're doing is hurting yourself, because I'm laughing. I'm laughing at every little thing. Even if I don't see it, I'm laughing. And I'm going to be laughing with a smile, and I'm going to keep walking. And it's America. That's how it is in this world. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Somebody want to take off your place. Somebody want to take from you. And it's just like then you got people that's kind and they want to be there. And you just, it's just too much for that. So all that fall in the same bubble too. What you was about to say?
No, I was just about to say that's the reason why I kind of, as many, even though I have a large network. Look at you.
I am.
Even though I have a large network of people, I still try to keep to myself as much as I possibly can. You know what I mean? I still have, my own sanctuary outside of the studio, outside of here. You know what I mean? I got to separate myself from this sometime. You know what I mean? So, and the people that drain from you, that expect shit from you.
Be around the people that bring you good light, bring you good energy. That somebody that's interested in the same things you are interested in, and stop thinking that people trying to be like you. Nobody's trying to be like you, because it's not just you that lives in this world alone. It's other people who have to share the same energy and the same personality. We call them twin flames. It exists, y'all. It does exist. So that's all I wanted to say on that part. Like yesterday, that was a good vibe yesterday. And you about to go ahead and eat them leftover nachos. You're going to send your ass to the bathroom. I told you, them things going to get soggy. So yesterday, y'all, I wrote in the van, the news van. I almost broke my damn back because I don't know why I picked the biggest spot to write on and doing my whole art decoration. I told Mark he needs some more markers for me to get off.
You was Picasso or something.
Yeah, I was Picasso. I was feeling myself. I was trying to. You need some more colors though.
Now she gonna blame me for some shit.
I had to make my own purple. I had to make the color purple.
But yeah, people, that's the problem with a lot of shit in this world. People put unrealistic expectations on other people in regards to themselves. I think that's really, and I said this before, that's all Kevin Samuels really expounded on. I don't really mean to bring him up during this conversation, but it's kind of.
But I feel like if
relative.
he was still here, he would have a lot to say about what's going on right now.
Oh, with the Lori Harvey show? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He would.
Ooh. And I used to watch the man. I felt like he had some, like I said, he had a lot of valid points. And that's why I got the whole realistic, unrealistic expectation.
It was just the delivery that a lot of people didn't like, and the people that didn't like the delivery were the people that fit into the category in the box of what he was talking about. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it was some people that fit in the box in the category of what he was talking about that actually understood and agreed with what he was saying.
Right. And like I said, it's a lot of, first of all, and the men that's bashing her saying she for the streets. Your mama for the streets. Your mama what? Probably 56 years old and never got married and still probably looking. So stop doing that. That goes for women too. Your daddy and your mama's. Mine's too, like whatever. It's the same thing. Like you cannot put people in that boat, in that category. Because you got to look at your life and look at yourself. Stop saying, like, oh, it's 25 too young to get married, but it's not too young to have kids. No, nobody plans to have children. They happen. Just like you can, like men say, oh.
Some people do.
Some people do. But I'm saying some people do. They do. But I'm being realistic about this.
Right. Nowadays,
majority kids come and they happen. Nobody planned. They do, but let's be realistic. Half the time they did it. They probably was thinking like, yeah, this is my person I want to be with. And hopefully this person, we grow together and we can reach to the goal that we can get married.
Sometimes it's not even that. It's just, oops, I got pregnant. And I'm keeping it.
And then on the men end, oops, I got her pregnant. There go my responsibility of my conscience. There you go. That's what happens with my actions. Responsibility of my actions. Let me go ahead and do what I got to do. I wasn't trying to have a kid at 25, but I had a kid. So let's stop doing that. Oh, y'all can have kids. Nigga, you done got her pregnant. Like, it's so many men out here that want to shoot up the club on women just to lock them down because they can't afford or are afraid to stand up to the plate and give that woman a ring. Let's be honest. Children are being the ring barrier now to hold people down. And then a lot of men get mad when that woman don't want to be with you because all the headache and all the trauma you putting them through, and because you only have enough for a kid. She good enough to have a child, but not good enough to put a ring on her finger. That's stupid. And so that's just my opinion. I don't really, that's all I got to say about the whole situation, because I got tired of seeing it every time I log on social media. Everybody had their opinion entitled to it, but if you got an opinion, I just honestly make it make sense.
Man.
That's it. Stop just saying stuff because it sounds good and you just want the likes and people to laugh at it. Make it make sense.
And that's basically what they're doing. Everybody just want to say the snazziest stuff because they want the likes and You know, and then a lot of people are just regurgitating memes and
Yeah.
posts that they seen other people say.
They don't know
Like,
the background of her story. Like we don't
it
know the
just
background.
it just sound good. It sound like what needs to be said. I agree with that, so I'm gonna say it as if it came out of my mouth
Right.
for the likes.
Just for the likes. And then I want to hear what people have to say. You could do that to share it because I share certain things and I won't put my 2 cents on it because I do that to get other people's
There's nothing wrong with
opinion.
sharing. I mean, we all share, but it's just like, have your own opinion about it. You know what I mean? Don't, reinforce something that you've seen somebody else say if that's not really how you feel.
My whole thing,
Because you've seen
I'm
it
not
get
a
a lot of
feminist.
likes.
I'm not a feminist. I'm not breaking men down. I'm just saying, as a people, as a culture, we need to come together as women and men when it comes to having different outlooks on life and on situations. Stop putting people down because they have a different opinion than you do. Stop doing that. If we could come together and be understanding, then we could go a long way. You'd be surprised what friendship and what relationship you build with people and that you would never expect it to build. That's what they say, opposites attract, right? They say that. That's what they say. I done date a lot of opposites. We did not attract, but hey, that's what they say.
Yeah, opposites don't attract all the time.
They don't.
Again, you can't take one thing and apply it to the whole species and say that that's how it is. It's a very blanketed statement to say that opposites attract. 'Cause all of them definitely don't. Just because they're speaking about magnets, okay? You're talking about a positive and negative side of a magnet. Yeah, that's when but it don't work that way with humans in relationships.
It don't. Cause you
Not all the time. Sometimes
you got too many people looking at their homegirls' relationship and they want their boyfriend. Oh, is it Calvary? Is it
Chivalry?
Chivalry is. I said Calvary. I'm going. I'm talking about God and Jesus.
We know you don't know nothing about it. That's the Calvary right there.
Yeah, that's
the Calvary.
That's war, and that's what it is. What's going on is war between one another. That's why we got different attractions and everything. So what I was going with that, chivalry is dead because I have a lot of some of my friends feel like, oh, why my man can't be like yours? Because he not. They two different people. Why
Somebody
why
actually
my
said
girl
that to
can't
you?
be like you? I get why my girl can't be like you because it's me. And when you get me, you better hold on to me because I'm the blueprint. There is no other me but my child. That's it. Now, you may get another woman who may carry certain characteristics as me, but she's not going to run it through like me. She's not going to give you that feeling like me. And that's when people go out seeking the same feelings in other people of what they had in the past because they want that old thing back. Suck it up. Make up. Get your old thing back. How about that? Right your wrongs. Admit your wrongs. Communicate. Get your old thing back. It's just that simple and easy, but it's not that simple.
Well, I'm about to say, it ain't that simple. Sometimes when you fuck up, it's done.
It depends. That's why I say it depends on how big of a fuck up you fuck up.
Sometimes when you fuck up, it's just done.
Well, that's not make the fuck up that big. How big can you make the fuck up though? Real big, huh? To dig a grave.
Yeah, if
digging your own grave.
If it's big enough to end the relationship, then I would imagine that it was a big fuck up. You wouldn't just throw the whole thing away off of something.
And people just be fucking up knowing they fuck it up and they get comfortable fucking up because they know they are a fuck up. You're speaking that to existence. Stop it. Don't laugh at me. It's true. It's true. Just be true to yourself, okay? Your shit stank. You know it stank. Hey. And you know you want to be better. You want to do better. It takes time. You got to crawl before you learn how to walk. That's all. Stop being judgmental. That's all. It'll be an all happy place. Everybody can get along. One world order.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. They already trying to
New world
order us. They already trying to do that. Don't give them no more ideas.
Yeah, we already got them. Yeah. Oh, it's Pride Month too. Shout out to Pride Month. Let me do my shout out for that. I'm a heterosexual. I mean, I'm not a lesbian, bisexual, but I do have friends and sisters that are, and I support them. So yes, Pride Month. Shout out to them.
Power to you.
Yeah, so I'm going to be celebrating with them. I'm waiting on the parade, though.
Uh-oh.
I am. I'm going to be out there, everything.
You'll be out there
and I knew I'm huh?
You'll be out there getting hit on. They going to think you,
I get hit on a daily basis.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's not like it's nothing different.
It ain't nothing new. Women be flirting with me, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Oh, you pretty, too. Mm-hmm. You know what that happens to me? I get free drinks. I ain't got to pay for. Okay, I could go get my nails done, and I tell that woman, I ain't leave her wrong. I'm a straight woman, but they in their mind, they got
They
the
can change
idea
you.
that they think they could change me. I'm very comfortable, very very comfortable in my sexuality.
Well, what it is, they try to use doing these things as leverage to get close to you, so they can
Yeah.
try to.
But when I peep that, that's when I use my leverage to get my freebies. Am I wrong? Game recognized game.
What was the title of your last show?
Damn, that was been a minute.
Fair
Fair
exchange,
exchange
ain't
ain't
no
no robbery. Look at that. Look at me. It's called growth. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. I went in. It happened to me. Men do it too.
Yeah, I mean, we got a Kong. My brother Kong from the Go Real Go Home podcast made a good point on the last show. We are always contrasting things that men do and then things that women do to men. We need to stop
And that's my whole point.
categorizing
Stop
these things
categorizing.
as men do this, women. This is a people issue. These are just things
It's a
that
person.
if a man does it, there's the equal but opposite thing on the other side of the spectrum where a woman is doing the same thing to a man.
Exactly.
So we just get to the core of
Let's
why
normalize that.
why people do these things to each other.
Exactly.
Not why men do this and why women. Why do men cheat? Why do women cheat? It's like, come
It's
on,
the
why
same
do we
thing.
cheat? It's
Remember how that girl
fucking
got
reason.
shut down because she exposed why women cheat and how they cheated, and they took down her page? I said, why y'all get mad at that? Because she exposed the truth. Now, if you got mad and you went ahead and helped bring down her page, it's because she hit something that you was doing. That's true.
Yeah, you didn't want that known.
You didn't want that to be
out there.
known. But it's known. Men know it's known. You just didn't want it to shine a light on it. But let's be honest, people, what's done in the dark come to light. It's going to get
Pretty
exposed
much.
one way or another.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
And you know me, I always got to be, said why? T-Boz, hey. Why
You know
what?
T-Bars in the building.
Why what? But yeah, I don't know what you mean by why, because we've been talking about a lot of things.
We've been
as
talking
to
about a lot
why.
of things.
They ask the question
So
as to
just
why.
to say why, right? Like, why what?
Why what, girl? One day we're going to have to get you to call in on the
T-Bars
show.
be scared to call in. She gonna sit up.
Why?
I don't know. She be watching all the shows. She don't call in. Her and her daughter, they be watching.
That's good, because I be watching people's shows too. I just started watching my show, y'all. So I just started critiquing myself more on my videos.
Oh, have you? It's about time.
Listen, those who get it, and those who don't.
No, I'm just
Because
messing
I
with
was
you.
not trying to break me down. That's my thing. I wanted to keep my courage up, and my confidence. That's why I didn't watch my show. It took me a minute, so I would watch other people's stuff. And then the ones that I premiered on. So yeah, I haven't been on nobody's show lately. I gave my break of being a podcast whore for a minute, but it's gonna come back. Being a podcast whore. So it's gonna come back. So y'all gonna probably find me on somebody's show eventually.
Well, yeah, I know a couple of shows that wouldn't mind having you on the panel. You know what I mean? So
That's what's up.
we'll have you.
That's what's up. Everybody say they want to be on my show, but my show start happy hour and people be at work still. All right. Happy hour is fun time. Somebody asked me, where your drink at? Today I got water.
Oh, come on. That ain't no that ain't no open bar drink.
What? It's called open bar. Anything at the bar is available and
so
drinkable.
You're drinking water today. Right?
Yes, I'm drinking water today. Y'all can't
Get
expect
you a
me to
margarita
always
from
have
upstairs.
something. Y'all got margaritas? Don't tell me that. Y'all got margaritas upstairs. Mama got margaritas.
Go on, talk to the host.
I am the host.
I'm talking about to the show.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. They know. They know how open bar is. It's supposed to be this way. Mama got margaritas upstairs. We gonna hit that. It's like, no, I'm just playing. But like I was saying, so yeah, so it's about that time. We're gonna be wrapping up soon. But before I go, I want to get on Mark,
Uh-oh.
cause I'm still waiting on my label. That's what you got to say?
No, that was for you, to me.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, that was your response to cricket.
No, that was.
Nah, that was your response. Tell us on the crickets. Okay. So we gonna get this label going. We gonna get this introduction more better. What you had as the introduction that you put on?
No, that wasn't the intro. That was just one of the sound effects.
I liked
I
that
never
sound
use.
effect though. That's funny.
We got to make our own because I think we get flagged for that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I never.
I want my own sound effect.
Yeah.
Like I might come in and rap
See,
in the
that's why
beginning.
that's why we do our
Freestyle
production
on it.
meetings. That's why we do our production meetings for people to do that. We don't have no other day to do
Freestyle.
that, but on the day we do that.
Boom, boom.
So we'll see if you make it this week.
Saturday in the afternoon. I'm gonna try to make it. Dang, I'm busy this week.
Nope, she can't make it. But anyway.
Don't do that to me.
Because we ain't talking about meeting shit on the air during the show. That's unprofessional. They don't need to hear all of that.
Ain't nothing unprofessional open bar discussion.
They don't need to know all of that. All that ain't for the audience.
They don't know. I might show up. I could FaceTime it. Say, let me stop. I'll be here. I'll be here so y'all, so I could get in and get things done. But let's wrap it up. We're about to wrap this thing up. Yeah. Thank you for the hearts. T-Boz didn't even give me her reason why. But also, this week, I want to just close out on a lot of shootings that's been taking place and a lot of killing and murder that's been happening here in the city and in different states too. So I want to get my heart out to a lot of people who have lost their children and their loved ones, like the shooting at Persian High. We still haven't got feedback if anyone.
No, nobody died. Somebody did get shot. One of the students did get shot up there, but nobody was killed. Thankfully.
And what I'm gonna say before I close out, let's go back to fighting using our hands. And if you lost the fight, take that L and go home.
And don't come back with a gun.
And don't come back with a gun. You win some, you lose some.
But you live, fight another day.
And that's just that. We're gonna wrap it up. Well, thank you guys for watching and tuning in and watching Open Bar Discussion. And I'll be here every Thursday from about 6 p.m. Yeah, 5 to 6 p.m. happy hour. So, yeah. But like I said, do not be afraid to inbox me and let me know what topics you would like for me to discuss on from this point on from here on out. And I'll be interested in what we can elaborate on. Now, if you want to be on the show, you can also contact me about the show. Or if you want to call in or be video called in. However, if you can't come physically, just getting that out there and you can let me know. All right? But thank you for watching. You guys have a great afternoon, evening.
In 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile.